Why so small? Okay.
Or like the number next
The b. So the equation you'll be using is 2 pi over b.
Yeah.
So you gotta tell me what the period is, and then you can set it equal to 2 pi over b, and you can solve for b. So tell me what a period is.
Isn't it pi over there?
No. Okay, if Devin, you got your answer, plug in on decimals. If you match it to this exact same graph,
Wait, doesn't it say pi over 3 or pi over 2?
pi over 3 on the first space. So each space is pi over 3. So I just label it for you on those important points.
Okay, it's looking good too.
But each space is pi over 3. So you might want to change it until you get it right. Josiah, you should come up with equation first before you type in on decimals. You did? Okay. Check your sign graph. Make sure you put a double parentheses because that matters. And if you're good, can you tell me the cosine graph also does the exact same thing? Yeah, I guess. No, I want you to come up with an equation that looks like that. Where's Nicholas? I know what I've been doing. His stock go down. Depress. Everybody's stock go down.
Don't invest in Nvidia.
Yeah, no, I put all my money. I have like a lot of money in. I pulled it all out. When? A long time ago. Like, I was went in the office, I think. Like a couple months after.
You mean mine? You mean mine?
It has to be every point correctly, okay? Every single points correctly. Who's got it right so far? One person? Good. Good job. You got it? Good. Gia's got it. So 3 people. 3 people got it. Put a double parenthesis on it. You got it? Double check all the points. So if you got it, can you come up with a cosine graph that's the exact same thing? Anybody need me to go over it?
Over what?
This question.
Yes.
All right. I need you guys to pay attention. I'll go over this one, and you guys get another try. Is that okay? All right. So remember, you got few elements. You got an A, you got a B, you got a C, and you got a D. The easiest way to tell easiest letter to tell is which one?
B. D.
D is actually the easiest one, right? So D is what? Y equal to A sine of BX minus C plus D. D is equal to what? -2. Good. So we can tell that very easily, right? Can we tell A? A is going to be 3 because the distance from here to here is the amplitude. That's 3. Now, since we're using this point right here, so and this 3 in this case is going down. So in this case, I can use -3. So I'm going to start with this point. This is this point right here. I'm going to say that's -3 because it's a midline going down. Is that okay? What will be the C? C is going to be what? X plus 5 pi over 3. Does that make sense? Now the hardest part is the B. The B is basically to tell from here to all the way here. Okay, from here to here. How's the distance for that? -5 pi over 3 to 7 pi over 3 is what? Okay, so it'd be -5 pi over 3, right? Minus 7 pi over 3, absolute value of that. So that's equal to 12 pi over 3, which is 4 pi. So we know 4 pi is equal to periods. Did you write it down? 4 pi also equal to 2 pi over b. Is that okay? And then b is equal to, I'm going to multiply both sides by b, so be 4 pi b equal to 2 pi. So b is equal to 1/2. So this is 1/2.
Wait, what?
So you said,
Can't you just divide? Wait, mister, you do 2 periods?
I did 1 period. Now this one is going to be here. Now, do you see that B, I point this point right here? I start with that point. Okay. It turns out everything else is the same except the A. So D is still -2. Is that okay? Now C, C's has to change too. C is going to be plus 2 pi over 3. Does that make sense? And then B is still 1/2. It doesn't change that. 3 is going to be negative because it's a bit on the trout. And it's going to be cosine. So I just finished 2 equations at once. It turns out I can use this point as well. That point is going to be sine or negative sign. If I use this point. Is a positive sign or negative sign? Positive sign. And your shift is going to be minus pi over 3. And you can use this point as well. You can use this point. You can use this point. You can use this point. You can use any point. That's what's the cool thing about sine and graph. You want to try this again? Okay, this time, shh. Before I go into over it, does anyone need help?
Mystery, why is it plus 2 pi over 3?
Because I'm going to start at this point. This one is going to be -2 pi over 3. It's shifting left. So it's going to be positive 2 pi over 3. So this will be... Yes, you can use this point. You can use this point, then it will be like, I don't know, it's 10 pi over 3 minus, if you use that point. So you can use any of those points, but just long as you use the peak, trout, or midline. Midline is only for sine, trout, and peak is only for cosine. Got it? Understood? I got the next equation. Okay, this is all over 5. I know my handwriting's bad, so let me rewrite it. This is 5. I even say -5 pi over 5. I'm supposed to be right down -5, but I make it easier for you so that way you can see that same exact thing. So this is all 5. So I want you to find 2 equations for the red line, and I want you to find the equation for the black line. No, 3 total equation. 2 red, 1 black. And I don't tell you where you want to start. You can start any points.
Mr. Ye, what's the rightmost order?
Rightmost coordinate. Okay, let me count it. So that's going to be -11 pi over 5. Is that okay?
Right.
Oh right, I can do the right left. My fault. This one is gonna be, this one's 4 pi over 3. Sorry, this one's 4 pi over 3. This is 4 pi over 3, so that's gonna be if I count it right, it's 7 pi over 5. Is that okay? You can use any point, but you gotta use a smart, choose a smart thing. Right? I can choose this point, I can choose that point, I can choose this point, but you have to shift it correctly. What do you mean cannot see it? That better?
You could also move the stream.
Sorry.
Probably doesn't help much.
It does slightly.
Yeah, right.
This one here, from here to here is, well, you gotta be able to tell from period. You gotta decide. The easiest way to tell period is peak to peak or trout to trout. Or the midline has to go to you had to go to every odd one. So let's say if you 1 point here and you had to jump another point on the midline to go through the whole cycle. So I'm trying to say is it's easier to tell peak from this point to this point, but it's harder to tell peak period from here to here. But that's still one period because that's still going the whole cycle. Does that make sense? Or you can go and do this whole cycle. So from peak to peak or trout to trout, or midline skipping the point.
Oh, I see. So from there, does that way I see that like the inverse
So can you tell me a sine graph for the red line and cosine graph for the red line, and then can you tell me the black line? No?
What was that?
Negative 11 pi over 5. Graph the midline when using decimals. Oh, so you okay?
I hope he answers you, I think.
Yep.
At the midline.
That's a good start.
I think that's how you did the C, where it's where it starts. As a joke.
Positive. Which one?
8 over 5.
Okay, 8 pi over 5. So you start on the top. So if you start on the top, then you cannot use sine. You had to use what? You had to start with cosine.
So
Now,
where does C? What is C?
C is where you start on the point. You decide which point you start.
Okay.
So if you decide, you can choose this
So
point.
I'm gonna pick 11. Negative 11. I'm gonna pick 11.
Then you can
over
use
5.
cosine.
What's gonna be 11 would be fine.
It's positive. Now, you have to figure out the period. The period is actually going from peak to peak. So from here to this point.
Negative 8 pi over 5.
To 4 pi over 5. So what is that? From negative 8 all the way to 4. How much is it? Don't worry about 5 because 5 we can put it later. So how far is from negative 8 to
13 pi over 5.
No. Negative 8 to 4. You count
Isn't
around.
it not in total?
Yeah, you count around. But negative 8 to 4 is what? Right. So the period is going to be 12 pi over 5.
Okay, so the period is 12 pi
Over 5.
over 5
And you have to set it equal to
equals to
what? What's the period? What's the equation for the period?
2 pi
Over what?
b.
Yeah.
You want to find b.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So now you can do a cross multiply like this. You can say this is 10 pi equal to 12 pi b. Does that make sense? 12 pi b. And you're gonna isolate the b. No, 12 pi times b. Because you multiply this way, you multiply this way.
So like
Cross. Yeah, it's called cross multiply. Only if it's both have fraction and equal sign. Not multiply fraction. This is because the
so
equal
it becomes 12 pi b
yeah.
equals like this.
Yeah, and then solve for b.
I'm just gonna read the thing so I can see if it's right.
It's gonna simplify to 2.
Yeah, pi cancel out. What's 10 over 12?
I think this is right.
Graph the midline, you can tell. Graph the midline, then you can see. You can click on the maximum, and you can click on the midline across. So when you click on here, it's gonna show negative pi. Right, negative pi and 1, then you're on a good track, and you can double check it the other point.
Alright, negative pi 1.
Yeah, and then check another point. Check it here, negative 2 pi over 5.
Negative 2 pi over 5, negative 3.
Yep, perfect. So you have this 2 point right. So most likely everything else is gonna be the right.
Alright, and then so now
That's it, yeah. And plug in the decimals. Do you have to check answer?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Yeah, you can do cosine, yes. Secant as well. Secant and cosecant, you can tell both. Yeah, you can be able to do sine, cosine, secant, and cosecant, yes. I kind of like this. It's like a puzzle. You have to figure out like small parts and then.
How we doing?
Yeah, he's actually doing.
I'm very proud of him.
He's
In all of his classes too, not just this one.
it's like we got in trouble in physics today.
Fuck Greenwald's bad. Okay, well Greenwald's a little bit of a bitch.
Is it butt hurt today?
I feel like he has
Is it butt hurt today, right?
He has such a. I'm gonna open the window because I'm actually getting coffee right now. Maybe just take your hoodie off. No, I like the shirt on. Like, do you not think that it's very American of him to have a Taco Bell hoodie? That's like very fat. Capitalism. Like only fat people would wear this, and he's fat. Look at me, I'm skinny as fuck. Bro. Yeah, it's all genetics. Genetics. I don't eat. Are you making
Oh yeah, I can. No, I got it. I got the equation. Well, you know.
It's okay.
Yeah, start with something.
Fuck off and write down my number.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
get
yeah.
it, Tiger.
Devin, you got it? No? Which point you want to start? You had to decide which point.
You should even be. I just gonna find this number.
2 pi over b equal to what?
2 pi over b.
Equal to from here to here. Because this is how peak to peak. So what's the distance from negative 8 all the way to 5?
12 pi over 5.
Yeah, so you had to say 2 pi over 5 is equal to 2 pi over b in software.
So 12 pi over 5 equals to 2 pi over b.
So go so. How many of you guys still don't get it?
I get it.
I get it.
Roger does not.
I get it.
Okay, Roger.
Yeah.
Okay, bear with me. So, those of the people that don't get it, who don't get it, raise your hand, please. Okay, so bear with me. So pay attention here. Everybody should pay attention. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick any random point. So let's just say we're gonna pick easiest point. The easiest point I usually go with sine because I feel like sine is easiest to think about. So I'm gonna pick this point here, and we're gonna use this point. Is that okay? This point is actually a good thing, just because I can tell that there is a midline here of all the things, which is y is equal to 1. Which is, that means I'm gonna have y equal to a sine bx plus minus c plus d. I know that d is equal to 1. Is that okay? Also from here, I can tell here, this is equal to 4. Is that okay? And I can tell c, since we choose this point, is all the way to negative 11 pi over 5. So I'm going to say if moving left, then I'm going to have this one here as c is going to be negative 11 pi over 5, which is going to be plus 11 pi over 5. Does that make sense? This will end up to be plus 11 pi over 5. Is that okay? And this is 1. This is 4, and the sine, and then b. Is this okay? Now the thing is, we have to figure out b. B for me is, I think it's easier to pick from peak to peak, like this. I think that's the easiest way. Now, can some people do from here to here? Absolutely, because you can see that whole cycle as well. But you don't want to stop right here because that's half of cycle. So it's going to be full cycle going all the way from here to here. Is this okay?
Yeah.
Sonali, you understand? So I can pick this out. Let me do peak to peak first. I'll do both. So I'm going from here to here. And I know it's from negative 8 over 5 pi to all the way to 4 pi over 5. So you can think about, since they are same denominator, so I can just think about it's negative 8 to all the way to 4. The distance of that is going to be 12 pi over 5. Does that make sense? That's the period. Sonali, understand? Roger, understand? Okay, so I'm going to set that is 12 pi over 5. I'm going to set that to 2 pi over b. Now, a lot of people don't understand when to use cross multiply. Cross multiply is if you have two fractions equal to each other, not multiply two fractions. There's a difference. If you multiply, let's say 2 over 3 times 4 over 5, this one just multiply, this one does not do cross multiply. This one just going to be 8 over 15. But in this case, technically it's not cross multiply because you try to get rid of fraction. So you try to multiply by 5b. If you multiply by 5b, 5 cancel out. This one's going to be 12 pi b is equal to b cancel out. That's going to be 10 pi. And you isolate the b, b is equal to 10 pi over 12 pi. And pi cancel out, that's equal to 5 over 6. So I can insert there is b is equal to 5 over 6. So I'm going to put it right here. It's a 5 over 6, parenthesis this, double parenthesis. I'm going to get my answer. This is correct. You double check your answer. How do I double check your answer? I'm going to plug in on the decimals, guys. Even though this part, you guys don't pay attention to me. Like, I understand why you don't pay attention to me. Because I'm a math teacher. Everybody zone out in math teacher. My own kids zone out on math teacher. So that's okay. But I need you to pay attention to me. How do I use decimals? How do I use it correctly? This is how do I use correctly, because I have to type in. I have to do here. I'm gonna type in 4, and I'm gonna do sine, and I'm gonna do double parenthesis. Why do I do double parenthesis? I'm gonna do 5 over 6, and then x plus 11 pi over 5, and then double parenthesis, and then plus 1. And then I says, well, how do I know this one's correct? Well, type in the midline. Please, just build another equation. Y equal to 1. Type in on the midline. And you can see this point. Negative pi 1. Let's go back. Check. Negative pi, which is right here, is 1. I got my first point correct. You need a 2 or 3 consecutive point. This point is going to be negative 2 pi over 5 and negative 3. So negative 2 pi over 5, negative 3. Let's see if this is true. Negative 2 pi over 5 and negative 3. That's correct also. Does this make sense? Chase, do you understand? Oh, well, we haven't do cosecant yet because we said to do the red one first. If you pay attention to the question says, I even color code for you, even though the wording is very ugly. But it says, find the equation of the red line. The red line is the sine graph. Now, can I do a cosine? Yes. But the problem cosine, I'm going to use this point. Is that okay? So I'm going to do everything roughly the same except C and A. So it's going to be y equal to 4 cosine of 5 over 6. I know period is not changing. And I know that this is going to be x plus a pi over 5. And I know this is plus 1. And I know that this is true because I can type in on decimal, see if that's true. Is this okay? So I use this 2 point. Why? Because this is a positive one. Midline going up is positive sign. If I use the top one, it's going to be peak going down. Peak is using cosine. It's positive. So can I use this point? Yeah, that would be negative 3 sine or negative 4 sine. And this is a negative 4 cosine. So that would be that. So now today, so can I find out what a black line is? The black line is going to be this part. So we're going to still choosing this, right? We're using cosecant. So I'm just going to rephrase this. And I'm going to say it's cosecant. Because it's the same graph. Cosecant of 5 over 6 times x plus 11 pi over 6 plus 1. And that's it. Change it to cosecant, that becomes a black line. If you don't believe me, I'm going to show you. For CSC, got it? Of 5 over 6. Got it? Parenthesis, sorry, there's the parenthesis here. And the x plus 11 pi over 5. And the parenthesis plus 1. And there we go. That's the graph I want.
How do we know it's not the same?
You can know secant, but secant has to be using the cosine equation. So, do you remember this cosine equation? If I want to do it, I can do it to this one. So y equal to 4 secant of 5 over 6 x plus 8 pi over 5 plus 1. I can use that because I can just change the cosine to secant and then I come with the same exact graph. Do you guys understand or no? Cosine store at the top. Yeah, second. Yeah, the second part. B says find the equation to the black line. The black line is right here. Black line is the secant graph. Now, one more thing I want to talk about. How do I find all the asymptote at once? On AP exam, very important. How do I find all the asymptote at once? For secant, it's going to be the first asymptote plus half the period. I'm going to explain that. So, how do I find all the asymptote? So, where's the first asymptote? Pi over 5. Right? That's the first asymptote. Is that okay? Because that's the first one from x-axis. Okay, from y-axis. So I'm going to plus the half the period. Why? Because, you see here for secant, every half a period, that's half. That's not a whole. Half a period is going to give me the next asymptote. So it's going to be plus, well, what's the half of, what is the half period in this case? 6 pi over 5. So be 6 pi over 5 times n. Why n? N is called natural number. N is 1, 2, 3, 4, or 0, or -1, or -2. So n in this case is integer. Any integer is fine because I can plus 6 pi over 5, I'm going to get this one. Subtract 6 pi over 5, I'm going to get this one. Subtract another multiple of 6 pi over 5, I'm going to get all the infinite amount of asymptote. AP exam love to ask you where's all the asymptote is. Now you're going to be able to tell me just first asymptote plus half the period. That's only for secant and cosecant. For tangent and cotangent, it's going to plus the whole period, but that's get kind of confusing. But we're going to go do a tangent and cotangent graph later. But right now, do you understand this? If I give you homework, you can do it, right? If I give you quiz tomorrow, yes.
Yo, bro, I have a test tomorrow, man. You gotta chill on
Ah,
That's what you're getting from your car.
bro.
Okay. So, I don't give a shit about Anthony.
Move it to Monday. I have a test tomorrow.
Because somebody, now, here's the thing. If you practice well, you can know all the secant, cosecant, sine, and cosine graph. You can find all the asymptote. You can actually practice it. Today, I'm going to give you a scale paper, so you cannot name your own scale now. You have to draw on, because your graph tomorrow is going to base on this. So your quiz is going to be 4 questions, 4 questions. And it's going to be, you have to tell me all the stuff. You have to try it. Homework today is going to get a quiz review. So it's going to be exactly like it. Not exactly like it, but just change a different number. No, you cannot use decimal to check your answer. You can use decimal to check your answer today, but not tomorrow. So you had to be clutch. I asked you if you guys understand it. You guys say yes.
But it doesn't mean I want to do it.
Yeah, but no one want to come to school either. Yeah, but we are here.
But I come to school every day.
So
You're breaking Ellie Mae's heart.
I break Ellie Mae's heart.
Yeah, I think Mae's gonna come back.
Well, she need to. No, one thing I say I'm upset at her is because she come to all the period and she left me 2 days in a row. She could have come like every day, and then she could have come the first day and show up everybody. So why you treat me not equally? Like because I record a lesson, you can take because I record a lesson, you can take advantage of me. That's not right. If you're gonna show up, you show up all the period, and you don't show up the next day. I respect that. You're sick. You're sick. I understand. You can be sick. It's fine. I understand a lot of people are sick. But you gotta be fair. You gotta, okay, if you not, no, this has happened a lot. You show up the first 5 classes and not showing up the 7 period. That I don't feel justified. I'm a straightforward person. I'm blunt. I get myself in trouble for saying this kind of stuff. But I'm gonna say the truth. The truth is, why you show up at first 6 period because I record a lesson, and you don't want to show up to my class because I record a lessons? That's not right. I'm under this. That's just, yeah, I'm streaming. Yes. But I mean, you
I hope you heard that.
you treat everybody equally. That's fine, and I'm okay with it. I'm justified because you're not showing up to class. It's fine. But here's the thing: that this rule, same rule apply to you guys. I feel like not just owning her. Alden, another one. Because I record a lesson, but so he don't show up all the first period. Kyle Long, another one.
Yeah.
Kyle Lian. Okay? They don't show up on first period. They have like 30 absent on first period, but they show up on third period. But I'm not okay with that. I have crashed out pretty much every other day. I will tell you that. That she's not the only one. Everybody is the same thing. I treat everybody equally. I would say in front of you, I would say behind you. That's just the way I am. But it's not attack. It's just you gotta treat me equally because I record a lesson. You cannot just take advantage of that. If you don't show up, okay, that's fine. You don't show up whole day. You take it home. Rest 2 days. You show up all the way to 5th period. You left at 7. Come on. And to come back, I'm lost. That's not fair for me. It's not. Anyway.
You know how you did like overtime plus n, like the n, like what do you plug in for n?
And it's an integer. Okay, so I'm gonna do that again. So let's do one more. Let's go back to graphing. So if I give you a sketch graph, so now I want you to give you a graph of this one. So number one, this is yesterday's homework, by the way. I'm gonna give you a new homework for you to practice, so you can practice. So I want you to do 3. Y equal to -2 secant 2/3 x plus pi over 4 plus 1. So I want you to graph this one. I want you to find all the asymptotes. First asymptote plus the half of the period. Got it? Yeah, because the problem is the whole period is going to create 2 asymptotes because it's 2 times they cross x-axis, the midline.
We're gonna do that right now.
No. This was yesterday's homework. I didn't post. Today you got homework to practice because it's for you to prepare tomorrow's quiz. Yeah, well, try right now. Don't go over it. Come on, chop.
So many people aren't going to be here. So if you think about it, it would be more.
I think we're gonna have the quiz no matter what.
Trust me, if you quit on Monday, you're gonna do worse.
No, do not do it on Monday, bro.
Who are you? I brought it straight.
Is it just secant tomorrow?
I like that.
Is it okay if you write the time and time? Yeah, but you can graph. It's bad. Because you have to graph that, right?
Okay, so that's a great question. So the secant graph, I would suggest you to graph cosine first and then invert it, and only invert when the things touch the midline. Okay, and that's your first asymptote. First asymptote is defined as the first asymptote to the right of y-axis. Now that's the first asymptote plus n times the half periods. So try it right now. Okay, try it right now. I think like some of you guys gonna struggle a little bit, but the homework you gotta go back to understand. So a lot of you guys, when you're doing homework, if you don't check your answer, then that's bad. And I'm here at lunch. You can more welcome to hang out with me at lunch. So it doesn't bother me. But except the admin is being kind of like fussing about people coming.
They want pass.
I'm not writing 100 people pass. Huh?
Okay, Phillips has like passes where she prints out like, oh, like pass 11, pass 12, pass 13. And you just bring them and you just give them back when they come.
Yeah, but you can do that?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Didn't do that. She doesn't write that shit. Every lunch day, every like Wednesday, she had like people come over. pass.
Yeah, no.
Should they just take the pass, put their name out, and one pass number, and then boom. They would have to go back to her after they went to lunch. And the admin would be like, oh, cool. They need a pass to know that you're not going to do it online.
Okay, that's fine.
Who's gonna make it?
Yeah, go.
You want me to make them? I can do it. Maybe not tonight, but over the weekend.
Sure.
Okay. Because sometimes the administrators stop me from coming.
It's very annoying.
The administrators don't like me.
It's because the thing is,
Well, I guess they have to there's some like
you
some
gotta know
bracket,
where the person's going. There's always the kids that do some shit.
and then they're gonna say, "Oh, he's allowed to go. You're not allowed to go." It's gonna be like, "You see, he's white because I'm black." No,
Realize and lie.
no, that's
Well,
that's just general doubt. That's like what people think.
no, yeah.